Cool. My segment's gonna be short.
Guys!
What?
I got big news. Indy news.
Hey!
Whoa. This is a segment where we go over some of the great indie news of the week. Stuff that's happening, stuff that's gonna happen, stuff that maybe has happened recently, like happy late birthday, Tim Donst.
Hey!
Yeah.
How old did he turn?
32? 37? Something like that?
Not 37.
No, he was, I think maybe 30, 32,
take 32.
27? Something like that.
Take 32 and take 37. Find the average, and then you'll get his age.
Like 34.
Something, I don't know.
Happy birthday, Tim.
If you're in the past, you might be interested. Yesterday, Friday, we had PWG's return to Reseda, California.
Hey!
We had a lot of great
We told you
matches.
we'd have some PWG news.
Always. PWG, you guys are like one of my second favorite people. Because Chikara's first, and then everyone else is second, and then people I don't like is after second.
If you don't believe we like Chikara, go back and watch Indie News from last week.
Go ahead and watch any.
Indie news segment.
Watch any time
ever.
we talk about wrestling.
But matches that did happen yesterday, or as long as the
Awesome.
card wasn't changed, because I didn't realize until afterwards this show had already happened. I thought it was an upcoming show. My bad. It was an upcoming show earlier.
Yeah.
We had a lot of great singles matches set up. We had Cedric Alexander versus Bobby Fish, Biff Busick against the Sicilian psychopath Tommaso Ciampa,
Nice.
Adam Cole versus Trevor Lee, Brian Cage versus Wuhan Nation, and then we got up to these matches that I was really, really interested in seeing.
You didn't.
I know, ACH and AR Fox taking on the Young Bucks.
Oh
Don't
my
see that.
God!
And then the PWG Tag Team Championships on the line. The current champions, the world's cutest tag team, Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae, defended the belts against one of my favorite tag team tandems of all time, Johnny Gargano and Chuck Taylor.
Ronan or Fist, whichever your favorite indie spot is.
And then Kyle O'Reilly defended the PWG Championship against Roderick Strong.
I want to see this. When's this happen?
Yesterday.
Oh, damn it! Forgot.
You can probably see a DVD of it in the future, though.
You didn't forget, you didn't know.
Well, I forgot because you said it earlier.
Yeah.
Forgot already because it was so awesome. Future me, get that DVD. Do it.
So that happened in the
you
past.
have a job now.
But we do have something kind of exciting coming up in the near future. Next weekend, on October 25th, we have Chikara's return to the South-ish.
Hey!
They're going to Gibsonville, North Carolina, the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, and they're going to be there for Thunderball. Where,
So it's next week.
yeah, a lot of awesome stuff is going to happen.
It's Chikara.
We're going to run down the lineup. 3.0, we're going to go against some local guys called the Aftermath. Let's just say it's going to be 3.0. They're always entertaining.
Booyah!
Exactly.
That's what they do.
Then we're going to have in a grudge match based off of what happened at King of Trios Night 3 when the Wrecking Crew came in and stole the tag team gauntlet from the Osirian Portal after they had successfully won 3 matches and wiped them out because they were already exhausted. That we initially got announced that the Osirian Portal will be facing Jaka and Oleg the Usurper in a tag team match. Sydney Bacabella recently revealed that Jaka won't be making this leg of the trip and won't be there, but he has a replacement lined up. He just won't say who it is. My money is on Flex Rumble Crunch.
Let's just hope it's not the Kelly.
My money is in my bank.
Yeah, I don't know why my money is on Flex Rumble Crunch because he's over on the East Coast.
That's, honestly, that's the best kind of security you could possibly get.
That's true.
Imagine if someone tried to come up steal money from Flex Rumble Crunch.
He would rumble up and then crunch them.
Yeah.
And then flex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get his name now.
But in other exciting match news, a match that I'm personally super excited to see when the DVD comes out. Potentially, I like the setup for this as being one of the past most impressive rookies of all time. The former Green Ant, now Silver Ant, is going against who's considered probably the best rookie right now, the Spirit Dragon Shinron.
Oh.
Silver Ant versus Shinron.
I'm excited for that.
It's going to be a good one. We have the Spectral Envoy, all 3 of them taking on the Block Party in trios action. We have the other 2 members of the Devastation Corporation, Max Smashmaster and Blaster McMassive are going to be taking on the other two members of the colony, Fire Ant and Worker Ant, in tag team action.
That should be good.
And we're going to get the battle of who's got the better German suplex.
Oh,
Smooth
yes.
Sailing Ashley Remington is going to be facing Juan Francisco de Coronado. That also spawned from some devious tactics from Juan Francisco during Night 2 of the King of Trios tournament this year.
And they're both better than Brock Lesnar's German suplex.
Probably, absolutely. And in the main event...
Probably, absolutely.
I mean, 100% of the time, all the time, of those German suplexes, they're at least 16 times better than any one of Brock Lesnar's German suplexes.
Yep.
Wow.
So if you combine them, it's 32 times better than all 16 of Brock Lesnar's German suplexes.
Yep.
Ow.
Well, that's why Brock Lesnar had to do 16.
This is the wrestling rundown, not math. Let's move on.
It's the wrestling math down.
No, it's not. My
Now it is.
Oh, he's doing math.
But yeah, no, that's why Brock Lesnar had to do 16 German suplexes in one match. He was trying to equal one of their suplexes.
Yeah. So one of their... If both of them were to German suplex each other simultaneously, it would equal 512 Brock Lesnar German suplexes.
And the world would implode.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And then get German suplex.
No, John Cena would implode.
No, I just think that's like dividing by zero.
Yeah.
It would.
Way too many numbers. Let's move on.
And with the main event of Thunderball, Atomico's action 4 against 4. We have Jimmy Jacobs leading a flood team, which we haven't had announced who's going to be in it.
Which we don't usually.
Yeah, the flood are
They
very
usually-
secretive
yeah.
about who's going to be in their team.
They're good about moving their
But I mean,
ranks around.
if you go by who's not on the card, it could be Shard, could be 17, could be Nokin, could be just Kalian. Volgar, who's almost always by Jimmy Jacobs' side. They're going to go against the Golden Trio, Icarus and the Throwbacks, alongside the newly returned to the Chikara fold, Eddie Kingston.
That's fucking.
yeah.
Just fucking.
I feel sorry.
So fucking.
If you've watched King of Trios and you know how the end of King of Trios went down, I feel bad for the Flood.
Yeah.
And if you haven't ever watched King of Trios, come here so we can smack you.
Okay.
I will.
You won't.
I'll backfist you
Oh, I won't let them hit
to
you.
the future.
I won't let them hit you. I promise.
Can we hit yours
You-
instead?
you should, no. You can come over. You can come over. You can hang out. You can watch King of Trios.
And if you don't want to, we'll hit you.
Yeah.
Until you
I'll
want to.
whoop your ass.
Yeah, and then tell you to go home. Cry about it to your mommy.
Bitch.
Alright, but on top of Thunderball, the next night, we're going to get Moonraker. It's going to be at the Greater Richmond Convention Center, Grand Ballroom C, which is in Richmond, Virginia, hence Greater Richmond Convention Center. And this has got quite a lineup in its own right.
Oh, absolutely. It's Chikara.
Yeah, we have the Team Implosion Atomicos match.
Oh yeah.
Well, we've got 3 tag teams plus extra guys facing themselves. So on one end, we're gonna have Dasher Hatfield with the Throwbacks teaming with El Hijo del Ice Cream from Los Ice Creams and Scott Parker from 3.0, and they're gonna be teaming with Smooth Sailing Ashley Remington, and they're gonna take on Mr. Touchdown from the Throwbacks and Ice Cream Jr. from Los Ice Creams and Shane Matthews from 3.0 and Archibald Peck.
So we've got Archie matched up with Remington.
Yes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It is always really cool when you get the partners against each other, though.
Yeah, you get a lot of it's just one of those things, the matches that you never get to see ever,
Yeah.
or when partners fight, you know. So there we go. Then we got another rookie battle going on. Shinron, who faced the Silver Ant the night before, is going against Missile Assault Ant. So he's going from a good ant to a bad ant.
That should be interesting. Missile Assault Ant is kind of the standout from
The Colony
Colony
Extreme
Extreme
Force.
Force.
And if you're keeping track of Wrestling is Fun's Young Lions Cup tournament this year, Missile Assault Ant, I believe, actually eliminated Shenron from the tournament.
Wow.
Which would make sense for this match.
Yes. Eddie Kingston's going to go one-on-one against Volgar.
Oh, you're screwed.
Yeah, I feel bad for Volgar. Its face is going to hurt worse than the missile dropkick Green Ant gave him, or Silver Ant gave him.
I don't know if it hurt much more than that.
That is...
Again, if you've seen King of Trios, you know what we're talking about, and that looked like it hurt.
Yeah. Then we're going to have another trios match. We're going to have the Colony, all three of them, against the Block Party. Block Party is going to be big this weekend.
Yeah.
Secondary trios match right afterwards. We're going to have the Spectral Envoy, Hall of Wicked, Frightmare, and the Great and Devious Ultramanus Black taking on the BDK. Now, we had the BDK versus the Spectral Envoy at You Only Live Twice.
Yes.
But that was Ares, Nokken, and Tursus. As far as we know, Tursus and Ares have now been effectively eliminated.
Right.
Nokken is being led by Jakob Hammermeyer, and there is no third member. So it's going to be interesting to see who they bring in to play the third member of the BDK this go round.
Yeah. Was there ever a distinction like where Milo Schnitzer went?
No.
So we could see a return for him in some sort of wrestling capacity, even though he's not much of a wrestler.
It's true. I feel like that would be having like two Jakobs in the team, though.
Yeah, he was kind of the Jakob replacement when the Flood came around.
Yeah.
But now Jakob's back.
There are a lot of guys
Jakob's
from.
back.
There are a lot of guys from the BDK, or a handful of people from the BDK who haven't been around in a long time to see Chikara action. Tim Donst has been missing. Pinky Sanchez, Lindsay Dorado, Daisy Hayes, despite being retired, we know it's not uncommon for a wrestler to come out of retirement.
Delirious.
Wrestlers sometimes come out of retirement.
Delirious could very possibly well be somewhere in there.
But we know it won't be Claudio Castagnoli or Sarah Del Rey.
Yes.
I'm still. Wrestlers sometimes come out of retirement. When has that ever happened?
Never.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a lie.
Okay.
Sorry we scared you.
Confused me for a second.
It's okay.
We're going to have another Atomicos match, 4 versus 4. There's a lot of this cool 4 versus 4, 3 versus 3 match.
There's a lot of action-packed
going on
matches
this weekend.
going on here. This is good.
We're going to have the Batiri teaming with relative newcoming team NRG taking on Sidney Bacabella's Wrecking Crew in its entirety, which will more than likely be all 3 members of the Devastation Corporation with Oleg Vivaserva.
Yeah.
I don't feel good for the chances of the Batiri with teaming with NRG. I mean, I'm pretty sure Batiri eliminated NRG from the tag team gauntlet.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There's going to be some bad blood there, possibly.
It's not
And let's face it, the biggest guy from the Technicos team is smaller than the smallest guy from the Rudos team.
be a variant, wouldn't it?
No, it's going to be the black guy from NRG.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is pretty big.
But I'm pretty sure Oleg is still bigger.
Oh yeah.
But none of that is even going to... But it's all going to pale in comparison because we have the main event. We have Icarus's second ever Grand Championship defense of the Chikara Grand Championship against the basically de facto leader of the Flood, the second in command, the voice of the Flood, Jimmy Jacobs.
Yeah, and based off of the whole end to King of Trios, the demanding to get the title because he was going to give it to Eddie Kingston, and then Icarus telling Kingston that that title doesn't mean anything unless there is Chikara. There's a whole... The whole situation is just really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So we do know that Icarus is in possession of the title. Mm-hmm. Question is, how bad does Jimmy Jacobs want it?
Yeah, you got to think now maybe a little more renewed vigor. He kind of wanted it so he could hand it over to Eddie Kingston, but I think he's a bit embarrassed by Eddie Kingston when Eddie Kingston turned his back on Jimmy Jacobs and went back to Chikara.
Do you think Eddie Kingston's going to get involved somehow?
No.
No?
No. I think Eddie Kingston has too much respect for Icarus.
This is true. And the championship itself.
Mm-hmm. You have particular Ring of Honor news considering a few of their upcoming events.
I do indeed. As we talked about last week, we started talking about the Survival of the Fittest tournament, where they announced the first 4 people going into that tournament, which were Matt Seidel, Cedric Alexander, Hanson, and Roderick Strong. Now, this week, they've announced the next 4 participants. As we said last week, the tournament ranges anywhere from 12 to 14 participants, so we're not quite full yet, but we're getting there. This week, they announced that the current TV champion and former winner of the tournament, Jay Lethal, will be added to the tournament.
Truth Martini will probably be in his corner, too.
Probably. A man that I don't know very well, Caprice Coleman, who apparently has been giving advice to young Ring of Honor stars as of late, one of which is Cedric Alexander, who is also in the tournament. He'll be making his debut in the tournament. Also debuting in the tournament will be Adam Page, who is one who actually distanced himself from Caprice Coleman and has actually aligned himself with the decade.
Mm.
So he has some strong friends in his corner: Jimmy Jacobs, B.J. Whitmer, and Adam Cole. Correct.
Roderick Strong,
All,
who's also in the tournament.
ooh. Now that this just got even more interesting. Now you've got, I guess they kind of have their they call them the young boys, the new guys coming up who are going to be staples in Ring of Honor. And we'll have to see what Adam Page has to bring to this tournament. And last but not least, ACH, the tag team partner of Cedric Alexander, will be joining the tournament.
Anything can happen.
Yeah,
when ACH is in the ring.
Absolutely. And a little interesting tidbit is that they just did the All-Stars versus Champions.
Mm-hmm.
ACH eliminated Jay Lethal seconds into the match.
Wow.
So Jay Lethal and ACH are both in this match. ACH was also the last All-Star eliminated from that match.
Mm-hmm.
So ACH is coming off some big moves in Ring of Honor. So it'll be interesting to see how well he fares. We know he's fast, super agile, a great wrestler in his own right.
Uber charismatic.
But he does have some competition.
Yeah. Speaking of ACH having competition.
Yes. Moving on, Glory by Honor 13 will take place on November 15th in San Antonio. The current Ring of Honor World Champion Jay Briscoe will be defending the ROH Championship against the hometown hero ACH.
Big strides for ACH. We're talking about him eliminating the TV champion real quick into that match.
And
being the last one eliminated.
Surviving against all the champions in Ring of Honor.
Well, did his team win?
No. But
yeah.
he was the last member of his team.
He was the sole survivor of his team, basically, until being eliminated. And
now
maybe the rewards are paying off here. It's coming to paying off now. He's getting a title shot.
Yeah. So some really interesting stuff happening in Ring of Honor. I'm really interested to see the Survival of the Fittest tournament, especially with the names that are being dropped in here. So we've got at least 4 to potentially 6 more guys to add to this tournament. But that is it for Ring of Honor. You got more?
Right. Yeah, we're going on a little bit further in. Big news coming from the World Wrestling Network.
Ooh,
these are the guys that are bring you all the pay-per-views regarding companies like Dragon Gate USA, Dragon Gate, Shine, the all-female promotion, Evolve, and Full Impact Pro, the sister company to Ring of Honor. November 10th through 16th, World Wrestling Network is taking Dragon Gate USA wrestlers, Shine wrestlers, Evolve wrestlers, and wrestlers from Full Impact Pro, taking them on a 6-day tour of China.
Wow. Hopefully the country and not the porn star.
Yeah.
It would probably take 6 days to tour.
I wouldn't even want to sign up.
Talking like a valley.
It's like a
6-day exposition. Exposition.
Exposition.
Exposition.
Yo, you
dealing with the X Factor.
6 days of explaining the plot to you.
And finally, another promotion I like to follow, Absolute Intense Wrestling has announced Hell on Earth 10.
Wow, that sounds intense.
Is coming November 28th.
Absolutely intense. I bet there's going to be wrestling that day.
Ooh. November 28th.
If it's intense.
And,
absolutely.
No matches have been announced yet, but guys like the Absolute Intense heavyweight champion Tim Donst will be involved. And the Intense champion Davey Vega will be there.
Very nice.
Along with a lot of those other guys, the great talent they have on their roster. Marion Fontaine, Johnny Gargano, the list goes on and on. Possibly even appearance from Candice LeRae and freaking Joey Ryan.
So some stacked rosters they got over there.
Yeah.
Those indie guys, man.
They're getting around.
You gotta watch them.
Especially Joey Ryan. He really gets around.
Nice.
He literally does.
Looks like 70s porn star. Of course it does.
Mm-hmm.
Chicks dig the 70s porn star.
It's true. That's all we got this week for Indie News. Check back next week when I give you 5 matches that everyone should see.
Oh yeah.
Because
and next week we'll probably be able to give you updates on what happened at Thunderball. Right? Depending on when we shoot.
Yeah, more than likely we shoot at night. So.
Yeah. So yeah,
The results of Thunderball will be in, and maybe a match announced for Hell on Earth 10 from AIW.
Yep.
Maybe the next 4 participants of
absolutely keep you updated on the Survival of the Fittest tournament as well.
that one. And we'll let you know about the moving forward of the Wrestling is Fun Lions Cup tournament. They've dropped all the names of who's going to be in that one. I can't remember all 16 of them off the top of my head. I'm not going to try, or maybe it's 12. Yeah, it's all 12 of them. I'm not going to try right now. I'm going to say Cheeseburger from Ring of Honor is going to be there. Proletariat Boar of Moldova from the Block Party is going to be there. And one of my favorite chick wrestlers of all time, Heidi Lovelace, is going to be involved.
Yep.
So Princess Kimberly got eliminated on night 1. Heidi Lovelace night 2. I'm putting my money on you. I want to see Missile Assault Ant versus Heidi Lovelace in the finals.
Yeah, and be sure to like our Facebook page. Check us out on Twitter. All that information is gonna be down there. We post a lot of really funny pictures. We can post updates on these different indie things that are going on. So yeah, be sure to check that out. Like us on Facebook. And
I post a lot of conspiracy theories about how CM Punk is the buddy.
He does. He gets a lot of people's hopes up, and I don't.
Or how CM Punk is the Rock.
It's true.
This is getting out of hand.
I've heard that from a reliable source. Not you, Tim.
Or the biggest one of all, the one I recently came up with, CM Punk is Phil Brooks.
What?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're talking,
all right.
you're talking that comic book enthusiast who also really likes The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Yeah,
The guy who keeps showing up at hockey games with AJ Lee?
Yeah, I have it all charted out.
Wait, is AJ cheating on CM Punk?
No, they're the same person.
No.
Oh, somebody better tell CM Punk that she's cheating on him with this Phil Brooks dude.
We'll see if the movie wrap up.
Will we?
This is.
Will we really?
I got charts, guys.
No.
Guys, guess what? I was friended on Facebook by Homicide.